Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Super Mario 3 2023 Challenge Cup. We've got a great race for you tonight as we continue through the round of 16 here. Even though we have a semi-finalist actually determined on the other side of the bracket, this side of the bracket still playing the round of 16. Two great runners, HighFlyer and HUmanMustard, both of whom have uh, PBs in the 52 range, and in fact, times in this tournament in the 53 range, but they also had some races that weren't quite as good, so here they are in the Challenge Cup. But we are getting underway very shortly here. And the other interesting thing to note is that the runners have elected to play the vanilla game here rather than the special tournament ROM. So there is a risk of runaway Hammer Bros in World 3. There is a very large risk of getting grabbed by hands in World 8. So we'll just see how this all plays out. Looks like HumanMustard already got stuck a bit in 1-1. So, what do we think? Will both runners grab the whistle here in the fort? The risk, of course, is now you have a whistle in your inventory, and so far this tournament, we have seen not one, not two, but three runners accidentally whistle and have to restart, which is unfortunate. So, just something to be aware of when you have a whistle in your inventory. To 1-5 here. Pretty standard stuff, looking clean for both runners. How are we doing with the Hammer Bro? Double movements for both runners, so it'll be kind of maximal. Oh well. No one ever was made or broken on World 1, right? And fortunately, the Hammer Bro does land in the right place for both of our runners to get the Fire Flower, so they won't need to worry about getting it on the airship. You're about 5 seconds-ish. 6 seconds. So yeah, in terms of much of the bracket already having advanced, the winner of this match will play Sponge Day, and the winner of the match against Sponge Day will play True Hyper Mario. So, True Hyper Mario is our one semi-finalist already determined. Of course, it's rare to have a match at this hour because, that means both the runners are on this side of the Atlantic. Anyway, nice fire kills for both of the runners. Wonder if we'll happen to see an early hammer for either of them. I don't think we've seen many, if any, of those this tournament so far. So 2-2 will be where things start to get interesting. Do either of them take the risky strat to try to get P-speed early, or do they just play it safe? HighFlyer playing it safe, still moving at a pretty good clip here. Likewise, HUmanMustard also moving at a good clip, so neither one of them should really gain or lose time. I think HUmanMustard was a second slower through that level. HighFlyer misses the direct jump into the pipe. HUmanMustard also having trouble with that jump. So I guess the next question is, what will the Hammer Bro layout be when we get to the other side of this level? Will either of the runners have to do 2-4? Will they both be able to make it into 2-5? To answer a question in chat, this is vanilla by agreement of the runners, so anything can happen, and given this, anything will happen, I'm sure. So we do have an early hammer. I wonder if HighFlyer will use it. Yes, he is. Okay, skipping desert and 2-5. Wow. Well, HUmanMustard has to do desert. I believe the compensation is in World 4. And meanwhile, HUmanMustard does go up to 2-4 to chase the Hammer Bro, so yeah, this is gonna give HighFlyer a bit of a lead. Early hammer and HUmanMustard has to chase a Hammer Bro. We'll see about their ship entry times. 7:37 for HighFlyer, and HUmanMustard still has to do the pyramid, though again, there'll be a level in World 4 that HUmanMustard won't have to do that HighFlyer will, so a lead this big won't hold up, but it will still be a lead on net. So yeah, about a 40-second difference right now, which probably equates to maybe a 15-second difference once we even things out in World 4, of course. Who knows what the World 3 Hammer Bros will do in the meantime? Anyway, HighFlyer onto the Morton battle. Let's see how well this goes down. Looking pretty good. Very nice. So HUmanMustard already behind really needs to have just as clean a Morton kill to not fall further behind. Oh, HUmanMustard taking a bit longer on Morton and decides not to risk the fire kill, goes for the 3 stomps, so that's going to cost him a bit more time. So HighFlyer not P-speeding 3-2 here. We'll see if HUmanMustard's able to pull that off and maybe gain back a few seconds. HumanMustard also not getting P-speed here, and he falls in the water. Okay, so that's just going to lose him more time. HighFlyer already on to good old door 3 fort. Well, door 6 fort. I was wondering if he'd be crazy enough to take door 3. No, he is not crazy enough to take door 3. I doubt HumanMustard will be crazy enough to take door 3 either. Unfortunately, the Hammer Bros move back away from HighFlyer. Can't get them out of the way quite yet. But hopefully on his next turn. Okay, Hammer Bro number 1 for the Starman. Gotta chase the other one. But at least they're out of the way. HumanMustard does get the hammer, so... Oh, the other Hammer Bro is just gonna march right onto him. Okay, then. Thinking maybe that Hammer Bro would be really cooperative and just run away and he wouldn't have to fight him, but... Either way, they're gone. Oh, HighFlyer lost his firepower somewhere and does not get the H-jump either because he lost his P-speed. So this is definitely an opportunity if HumanMustard can keep his firepower and get that H-jump. Because there's now one level difference there. Basically, the difference is 3-9. Okay, Mustard keeping his P-speed, gets the H-jump, very nice. But HighFlyer is, of course, on to Wendy's ship. We'll see what the time difference is at this point. Looks like about a 37-second difference. So for all that, HumanMustard actually narrowed the gap by about 6 seconds in the course of World 3. Mostly due to the Hammer Bros being friendlier to him this time. So we'll see, how that 37 seconds compares to HighFlyer doing 4F1. Nice fire kill on Wendy there. But again, to reiterate, this is the vanilla ROM. This race is definitely within the range of hands could make a difference so far. Nice clean Wendy kill for Mustard as well. So really no time gained or lost on that level. Nice P-speed strats for HighFlyer there in 4-1. That waterfall always gave me headaches as a kid. I could never figure out how to P-speed through it. Even, taking the time to clear out the enemies beforehand. Oh, Cooperative Hammer Bro coming right at HighFlyer there, so get him out of the way sooner rather than later. Oh, HumanMustard not doing the P-speed strats here, so again, that'll gain HighFlyer some time. So here we go with the rarely seen 4F1. HighFlyer is using his Starman. Takes the upper route here. Does get hit, loses his fire power, so that's gonna cost him a bit of time on Boom Boom. Still has a slight lead because HumanMustard's gonna have to take out the hammer and go around, and HighFlyer enters 4-3 at about 1809. HumanMustard entering at about 1817, so about an 8-second difference now that Fort factors in, and of course, HighFlyer is going to have to take a few seconds somewhere to grab another Fire Flower. So, we've got a... Oh no! HighFlyer takes another hit. Oh no! Well, HumanMustard has the lead for the first time this race now. HighFlyer goes out, but of course Lakitu's gone away, so he can't bounce over the top now. Gonna have to be more careful here. Gets that Lakitu jump at least. HumanMustard is already through 4-4. Or 4-6, pardon me. So again, Mustard has kept his firepower, so he gets the fire boom boom kill. HighFlyer also having quite a bit of trouble in 4-6 there. Mustard not gonna chase down that music box, I don't blame him. HighFlyer is up to firepower again, but... yeah, about... probably a good 20-25 seconds behind now, thanks to that death. So here we are on tied for the longest airship in the game. Anyone got any good dad jokes? Okay, what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. Now, when my grandfather told me a joke along those lines, I thought the answer was bulldozer. What was that one? Grab around 22, 24? HighFlyer definitely having better Koopaling fights. So, I think that's just under 20 seconds difference between the two of them. 19-20. And on we go to World 5, where someone always seems to get 4 movement turns. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. What do you call it if it's no legs, too? Still no idea. Wow, HUmanMustard really playing with fire there in the beginning of 5-2, but makes some very nice jumps. How many moves was that for the Hammer Bro in the Sky for HighFlyer? It felt like a good 4 or 5. Yeah, let's also get the music changed here since HumanMustard does have the lead. Ye old switcheroo Hammer Bros. So he gets the star now. Let's see what HighFlyer gets for his Hammer Bro placements. As HUmanMustard shoots his way up the tower. Oh, HighFlyer is using his music box, okay. Neither runner has kept P-speed through the tower. But HUmanMustard gets a 278, not bad. Oh no! HUmanMustard takes a fall there on one of those spinning platforms in 5-4, and HighFlyer has nearly caught up. Again, in the time it'll take HUmanMustard to power up, HighFlyer probably will catch up. That's what I get for switching the music. And we're basically in sync entering 5-5. As HUmanMustard slows down to grab his mushroom. If I switch the audio back, does that mean HighFlyer will screw something up and HUmanMustard will retake the lead? Oh no, HUmanMustard gets his firepower back and then immediately loses it. While HighFlyer just flies through that level. And our runners converge on Podoboo Fort. Definitely one of the more annoying ones. In my opinion, probably the second worst behind Piranha Fort. Okay, we'll play with fire here and put the music back on HighFlyer. By the way, is it just me, or is the audio a little out of sync? Okay, let's try to fix the audio here. Okay, seems reasonably synced now. Hopefully that does it. And just like that, we are through Roy's ship. Again, nice fire kill. HighFlyer has just been really consistently having these really great fire kills on the Koopalings. I mean, obviously, the big time differences have been for more major mishaps, but consistently getting fire kills does definitely help you get a bit of a buffer. Okay, now for the first level where we actually, intentionally lose our firepower. Nice run through by HighFlyer. Waits for the star to come to him, so again, a place where HUmanMustard could gain a second or two if he goes after the star. Of course, we get the star kill on Boom Boom and the proverbial bro falling. Ooh, HUmanMustard has some trouble with that jump there and also waits for the star, so he's going to lose a couple more seconds on that. And our first P-Wing level, good old 6-5. Let's see if we can get a squirrel kick from either of these runners. Oh, very nice. Wow, manages to cancel both of the munchers. That is impressive. Nice job, HighFlyer. As HUmanMustard, unfortunately, since he's small, gets kind of cornered by a Hammer Bro. I don't know why he just released that mushroom when he's about to P-Wing anyway. Oh, and HighFlyer just triggered a major race between those Hammer Bros. HUmanMustard not going for the squirrel kick, just does kind of the standard strats here. Okay, our last hammer use here to get to 6F2. Of course, you want to lose that tail because you just don't go as fast with P-speed when you have a tail. Every time you jump, you start to float. Oh no, HUmanMustard takes another hit here. Back to small, while HighFlyer took the time to power up there in 610. Oh, and HUmanMustard going to P-Wing over 6-9 instead of doing 6-10 at all. This will get him big again, so he doesn't have to look for that power-up, and now he just needs a single power-up to get back to firepower. Let's see what the time difference is up to here. Landing on the airship deck at 3512 for HighFlyer. I don't remember, is there a fire flower on the airship, or is HUmanMustard not going to be able to do the fire kill to Lemmy? Okay, so that's 25, 27 seconds, something in there. Still very much hands could determine it. Ooh, HighFlyer for the first time has trouble with the Koopaling there, takes a hit, gets Lemmy down eventually. But, why did you let the wand bounce like that? Anyone know what the deal was there? Oh, he was right. Okay, yes, he was trying to adjust his subpixel there for clipping in 7.1. I've just never seen someone take quite that long to adjust their subpixel that the wand bounced multiple times. So I think it's about 19 seconds coming out of the level. Of course, if he can get... HighFlyer does at least get the standing clip first try for the amount of time he spent manipulating the subpixel. Let's see what HUmanMustard can do here. Ooh, he tried the standing clip and it didn't work. This is definitely going to gain HighFlyer some time. Fourth try for HUmanMustard. And HighFlyer got the critical jump at 7.2, but then had to slow down for some piranhas. Oh, and takes a hit from a muncher anyway. He is small. Not great shape for him. HUmanMustard also takes a hit from a muncher, though he did manage to retain P-speed for more of the level. I guess they're probably going to use a P-wing for, what is it, 7.5? No, they're going to Cloud 7.4. Is it 7.6 where you use the P-wing? Sorry, it's late. It's been a long week. And no one wanted to join me on comms. Oh, right. P-wing for Fort Knox in any case. Of course, as a kid, I loved getting the Tanuki suit in Fort Knox. And HighFlyer is grabbing the hammer suit here. Let's see how long he can keep it. Very nice piranha kills with it as soon as he comes out of the pipe. The question, of course, is HUmanMustard going to do the same thing? HUmanMustard still has his tail, interestingly enough. He does not seem interested in getting the hammer suit. He is losing a little bit of time floating there. Okay, now he takes the hit from the Muncher. And HighFlyer... Now that's an interesting place to try to clip. If you're gonna clip, I'm surprised he didn't just do the lower route. Okay, Mustard having a pretty good piranha fort there. Now, of course, HighFlyer, I believe, still has a cloud left, so he will be able to skip World 8 Fort. A very nice first screen of Piranha Fort for HighFlyer. Wow. Really nice there. And the other super long airship where we just get to watch all these flame torches. Okay, now that we are on Ludwig, the big question is, how will the hands be in World 8? I still can't believe these runners decided to go that route and leave fate to the hands. This really is anyone's race. Also depends whether HighFlyer can keep that hammer suit. Let's do something we haven't done in a while and get a prediction going in chat so that we have something to talk about during these auto-scroll levels as we go through the Army and the Navy. So, how many hands combined between these two runners? A number from 0 to 6. Bet your hard-earned channel points. Even more so than where they've each taken deaths in their routing differences with the early hammer and HighFlyer playing 7-9. The hands may well decide this. And HUmanMustard is through tanks. You're welcome. No one guessed 1 or 6. That could be interesting. And 2, 3, and 4 were, of course, the most popular. They're also the most likely. We definitely saw races swung in the group stage when one runner got 0 hands and the other didn't. Okay, Mustard takes down Boom Boom to defeat the Navy. And here we go. Gets the Podoboo hand. Can he escape the Cheep Cheep hand? And what about HighFlyer? Oh no! Mustard gets grabbed by the Cheep Cheep hand as well, as HighFlyer makes it all the way through 0 hands. Well, that's what you get for agreeing to play like this. So shoutouts to SPMan27 and Famigami for correctly guessing 2 and getting a pretty good payout, more than threefold. Yeah, so HighFlyer now has even more of a lead than he looks like because he'll be able to cloud World 8 Fort. And he has a hammer suit if he can hold on to it. So definitely his game to lose now. Now, interestingly, I was looking at both their PBs and their performance this tournament. HUmanMustard has the better PB, HighFlyer is the more consistent player. And in this case, it looks like consistency is paying off. Yeah, HighFlyer all of 8-1 ahead, and that's just going to increase when he clouds the fort. Wow, that was an incredible leap of faith for HighFlyer. I don't know where the jump point is to be able to hit that note block perfectly. That was impressive. HUmanMustard not trying that, though he does take a nice little bounce off the Koopa there. So yeah, now HUmanMustard's in the fort, and it's going to take something big for him to come back, but you never know. Can he at least get the door on the first cycle here? Yes, he gets the door on the first cycle. Very nice. So hi Bowser, bye Bowser, get your GGs in for HighFlyer, who is really close to his PB of 52.53. I don't think this is quite gonna be a PB, but boy is it gonna be close. So HighFlyer finishes 52.55, only 2 seconds off from his own PB, which is amazing when you consider that he took a death. Yes, I'm too lazy to use the buttons behind the scenes, so sue me. HumanMustard, meanwhile, still going to get a very respectable time in the 54s here. So down goes Bowser for HumanMustard. It's going to be about 1:20 between these two runners. It is, in fact, exactly 1:20 between these two runners, 52.55 and 54.15, their official race times. And let's see if we can talk with them. We got HighFlyer in the waiting room here. And we have our winner, HighFlyer, here, GG.
Hey, thank you.
That was impressive. If I'm reading it right, 2 seconds off your PB?
Yeah, I have a 52-53.
Yeah, and that's, with taking a death here.
Yeah, I thought about it and I said, you know what? Maybe the game knew that I was gonna make that mistake in World 4, so it gave me early hammer to make up for, to compensate for it. So
Early hammer and
um,
no hands. No hands was really sealed the deal for you.
I when that happened, I said, who needs the tourney ROM? Oh man, I couldn't believe it. Like I saw the movement was gone. I was like, oh, I have Task Early Hammer possible, and then it didn't happen. I was like, okay, and then I heard a movement of like 4, I think, and I was like, wait, what's going on? And then I see the other one come over. I was like, oh, that's why.
Yeah, that was impressive. I was like, wait a minute. That's even the right hammer, bro.
Yeah, there's been time. There was for a quick second, I was like, I don't know if I should even do it. Like, we all believe it's called early scammer, not early, But I think it's the first time I've ever gotten early hammer in a race. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. I mean, when you're going up against a runner like Mustard, you kind of have to take everything that's given to you, especially if it's an advantage.
Yeah, and hey, we got to see 4F1. Hasn't happened too often this tournament.
Yeah, I thought I did that perfectly the way I had to, and I think I just jumped a bit too early on that duck jump under the thwomp. So it's just one of the levels I just gotta practice a little more than I usually do. I did practice it before the race, but not as many I probably as I should have. But it happens. I mean, most of the time you're not thinking you're gonna play 4F1, and when it does, it's like, oh, maybe I should have practiced it a little more.
Yeah, well, any run that's close to a PB is always a woulda, coulda, shoulda, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure there were some other things that I made a few mistakes on that probably could have gave me the few seconds that I needed. But I don't know. It's all a blur now, and I can't even think of it now.
Yeah, I know there were a few times you got small. I can't remember when the others were.
I mean, I messed up in the pyramid just a bit. I mean, there's a second at least.
Oh, actually, speaking of since that reminds me, 6F1, since everyone gets small there. 6-5, the squirrel kick double despawn. That was pretty impressive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, with the squirrel kick, it actually there's a way you can do that double despawn. Most of the time it's actually accidental, but from what I've seen, it seems like if you don't hug the ceiling, it seems to not do it. But if you are much lower, like in the middle of where the ceiling is and the ground is, it seems to happen. You usually will see that that visual cue, like there's like a POW going off or something. I don't know how to describe it. But on my screen, you can see like something got like whapped with an item, and whenever you see that visual, that's how you know you got the double despawn. But in theory, the double despawn is a tad slower by like a few frames, to my understanding, just because it creates just a bit more lag. But it is cool to see.
Because before you fly up there are more moving objects on the screen.
Yeah,
makes sense. It is definitely cool though. I'm not sure I'd seen it before.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, and then I mean that's the other thing too. Like, since I didn't have that extra P-wing, I went for 6'10" instead of 6'9". I don't know. It was just a decision in World 5 to not fight the P-wing bro. Even though it looked like I could have got away with it, but and that's the thing too. Like this is the first time I've ever implemented 6'10" in runs. Like during my practice runs earlier, I think I did it twice, and I did it. I didn't miss it, and it's weird because 6'10" is actually not as. I mean, it's easy to learn, but there's so many places you can mess up, and yeah, thankfully I did get it. I mean, I had a lot of turnbacks, but. I'm still new to the strat itself, so
yeah. And I was noticing you also did really well with the first 5 Koopalings, so
oh yeah,
that's always nice to get that many clean fire kills in a row.
Yeah, that's something I've been working on. shout out to Teeks from the community with his spreadsheet, and I pretty much took that, looked at all the videos, made notes for myself, so I didn't have to keep pulling up the spreadsheet and try to open up a video in the middle of a run. So at least I can just type out, hey, this is what he's gonna do, how to counter it, and how many delays to do or something like that. So yeah, that helps a lot. I'm starting to memorize a few of them, like if it's a movement of 1 from this level or movement of 2 or whatever. So World 5 is always the trickiest because you never know where you're actually going to enter the castle from, and sometimes it could be the one space before the castle or from 5A, and the patterns are ridiculously scattered for what Roy will do.
Yeah, and well, Lemmy wasn't really cooperating then when you got him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's probably the one coupling I haven't worked on, other than setting up for the 7-1 manip, is the fire kill, because I'm not used to having fire. Like I said, today is the first time I ever implemented 610, so trying to get that fire kill was a little sketchy. So I'm pretty sure that's where I lost a few seconds. Also, if nothing crazy, but at least I got the 7-1 first try. So
because that was the other thing. Like, you took a bit when the wand landed to queue up the subpixel, and I was like, I really hope he's gonna get this first try if he's spending that much time queuing up the subpixel.
Yeah, there's a visual on my screen that I see on the floor, and I try to stand there, and I try to get as close to the wand as possible so that when it's landing on the floor, I'm not gonna grab it, but I'm not too far away. So, and sometimes it's something Mitch would say, it's better to take the time to get the setup and get it first try than not getting a setup at all, and then you're there 20 tries later trying to get into 7-1. So yeah, that's normal for me to do that. As long as I get the setup, it's all on, just not jumping early in 7-1.
Yeah. No, I mean, that part worked out great for you. Oh yeah, that reminds me. 7-9, I was surprised you tried to suddenly do a clip in the middle of the level after not doing the early clips.
Yeah, that's another thing. Even today, the game has not let me clip at all. So I try to do the backup clips, like when you go go up the first section. There's that Paragoomba there. There's a way you can clip it to the right of where it's at, and yeah, I didn't get it, so I just try to do the other mid clip that I have been getting lately, but. Of course, today the game it gave me the subpixel. The game just didn't let me in, so it's can't do anything at that point. So
yeah, but yeah, overall, GG's. I mean,
yeah, thank you.
Coming within 2 seconds of your PB, it's really great to see something like that on stream.
Yeah, that's usually my goal, to try to stay, rather close to my PB for when it comes to a race, because I know in my mind if I can do that, then pretty much my opponent has to either match that, or depending on their PB pretty much has to play really well, no mistakes. So if I can stay within my PB, then I know I'm doing something right, and the pressure's all on my opponent if they're watching or not.
Yeah, well, in this case, it's interesting because even just looking at you guys' respective scores from the groups round, HUmanMustard has a lower PB, but you were more consistent in groups. So it was kind of given how you were playing here, he really needed to be on his A game to beat you, and he also took a death or two, so... I don't know if you caught any of that, but after you died in 4-4, he felt some sympathy, so he died in 5-4.
Oh no! Ooh. Yeah, like I said, that happens, and yeah, it's just one of those things where, like I said, I think the early hammer was just to make up for the World 4. So because I was keeping track of the times, and I was like, okay, yeah, I know my PB's around that time. So the whole time I was like, I'm actually somewhat close to it, and then when I got no hands, I was like, okay, then that's a thing.
I still can't believe you guys agreed to race the vanilla ROM.
I honestly, it's not that I wouldn't. I'd rather just play on it. I already speed run on it, and I'm sure for the viewers they would like to see as much jank as possible. So I'm willing to sacrifice that. And if I lose the hands, it's whatever. I mean, it's what we sign up for when we speed run the game to begin with. So I don't mind. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's for the viewers.
Yeah,
That's what's important.
I think it was like the ROM hack is really just because this is best of one, and unless both runners are willing to potentially have their match determined by hands, I think it was just that you shouldn't be forced to risk your best of one match being determined by hands.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I definitely understand at that point, but for me, I'm willing to sacrifice it. For the jank. I mean.
Well, you've made it to the quarterfinals. In any case, you'll be facing Sponge Day. Thoughts on that?
Oh, I mean, I help out Sponge Day a lot. While he's streaming, we'll see how many times he's gonna bite his controller in our race. No, but for real though, he's cool. He's cool peoples, and I can't wait to go up against him. Like I said, he's improved a lot. You never know. I mean, I could just have a really bad day, and he plays out of his mind, and anything can happen. But I'm know for sure that's gonna be on vanilla also, because he plays on the Switch, so he's not gonna be able to play on the tourney ROM if he wanted to.
Okay, makes sense. Well, another chance for you to get a PB then, right?
I mean, yeah, there's always room for that. I mean, like I said, it's just it seems like when it comes to race tournament time, I always like, I don't know, it's different. It's not just going for just PBs like you normally do every day. I just, for some reason, when it's a tournament time, I just get really serious. I I do my breathing techniques, after every level, just try to stay calm, and I don't know, I just show up for game day.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you showing up. It's great to watch.
Oh, thank you for the comms.
Yeah, it's fun. I've been trying to get into this more. I had never commed this before this tournament, so.
Oh yeah, it's always fun. The community's great. Yeah, shout out to Northman putting it together, and SpeedGaming, of course, for the restream. Chat, thanks for hanging out, even though it was pretty late on the East Coast side. So, all right.
Yeah, and on that note, we do actually have a couple of matches in the works tomorrow. At noon Eastern, we have Track versus the Bagler. That is a quarterfinal match in the finals bracket. And then another one of our remaining round of 16 matches here in the Challenge Cup at 11 p.m. We have Macobra versus Withered Rose. So those don't have channels yet, but definitely keep up with the schedule and check back for what channels those will be on. And I'm guessing your match with Sponge Day will be on the schedule before too long.
Yeah, since he's from France, we'll try to schedule it as quick as we can. But the schedules being completely opposite and total different time zones, I wouldn't be surprised if it won't be until the following weekend.
Well, one time zone closer than Finland, right?
Yeah. I know Sponge Day can be up late on my end, but I don't want to force that on him. So we'll talk about it, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it'd be like next weekend.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I don't think there's a huge rush to finish this as long as it keeps moving.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been a great tournament to watch, I have to say. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. Different format from last year. It's always good to see experimental formats, see where we can take this.
Yeah, and I think it's been working out well, at least, again, from my perspective, hopefully from the runners as well.
Oh yeah, everybody's guaranteed a certain amount of races. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, and everyone gets to play in a bracket if they want to.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that change that suggestion we gave Northman, kind of like we do for the rando.
Yeah. Anyway, we should probably pack it in here. I don't know what time
All
zone
right.
you're in, but I'm on the East Coast, so it's after midnight.
Same.
Okay, so, well, happy Saturday then.
Yeah, you too.
Um, yeah, shout outs again. GG HighFlyer, and thanks for joining us.
No
GG
problem.
again to HUmanMustard, who wasn't up for the interview, but who did also put on a great race. And yeah, look forward to seeing your next match. And for all of you viewers, please do check the schedule, give SpeedGaming and SpeedGaming 2 through 6 a follow, so you can keep up with the rest of this tournament. As we were saying, we have both the finals bracket and the Challenge Cup bracket. A lot of matches remaining in both of them, so should see some really good races here. And with that, I think that'll do it for tonight. So thank you all for watching. Have a great Easter, Passover, or regular weekend, as the case may be. And we'll see you around.
See ya, everyone.